Hey, it's Jonathan. The question is, does advertising more than one service hurt results? Yes, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Uh, so a concept, if you give people too many options, then a lot of times they just kind of freeze in indifference. The best analogy I can give you for this is kind of dumb, but here's the best analogy. But think about it in your business. So my wife and I one night, we went out to dinner and we were tired. We didn't want to go anywhere afterwards. And we're like, well, we'll just get some dessert and we'll go home. So we went to this place called Central Market that has all kinds of stuff. So she and I both wanted dessert. We go into Central Market. Central Market literally had 40 different options of things that we could pick out. So we were going to get stuff, something, bring it home, watch a movie. So both of us stand there looking at cheesecakes, tiramisu, you name it, all kinds of stuff. And before it was all said and done, we're like, we had no idea. We just didn't even know, couldn't make a decision, and we said, forget it, and we left. We didn't buy anything. Now, had I gone in there and they had cheesecake and creme brulee or something like that, then I could have, made a quick decision. I got two options. It's one or the other. But when I had 40 options and a lot of stuff looked good, a lot of stuff I didn't care about it, we just didn't even know what to do and we left. And as silly of an example as that is, that's not actually that uncommon. The more, from a marketing standpoint, it's a proven fact. The more options presented to a prospective buyer, the less opportunity you'll have to make the sale. So if you've ever paid close attention to buying something on the internet, the very savvy guys, what they do is they sell you one or two things, and after you buy it, you get to what's called the back end offer. And so you buy, and then you get another page that says, hey, got this great thing you just bought, but you'll love this. If you like that, you'll love this, or whatever. It's a secondary offer. Some of the really savvy guys will make 3 or 4 offers, but they never try to sell you 20 things at once. They sell you one thing when they get and usually a cheap thing, and then when they get your credit card, then they get you for the next thing. Then they offer you the next thing, and then the next thing. If you buy anything off an info commercial, they're basically, a lot of them are just working to get your contact information and get your credit card. After they have your credit card, they're going to offer you like 10 more things over the phone trying to sell you when you call in and buy a product, basically an infomercial product. That's generally how it works. That's because they know that few options up front, and then once they've got the money, once the person's raised their hand and said, I'm going to buy, then they offer something else. I believe in applying all that mindset, that thinking to marketing. If you go in and you say, hey, we need to sell you mowing and fertilization, weed control and aeration and ant treatments and bush trimming and flowers and mulch and blah, 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 it's like, I don't know, I just really needed my sprinklers fixed. It's like, it's almost too much. But if you had a marketing piece when they have a sprinkler problem and it says, sprinkler repair guaranteed in 24 hours, 3-year parts and labor warranty, we can be there tonight or this afternoon or in 30 minutes, they're like, oh, that's exactly what I was looking for. And so there's really is value in offering one thing at a time. So I've said this in a bunch of other videos. The key to the whole thing, though, is offering the thing that they need at this moment. So if you're going to run, so this question was, should I do mowing and fertilization weed control in the same marketing piece? Well, if you're trying to decide between, okay, if I just do mowing or fertilization weed control, well, if you market for mowing in February, you're wasting your money. It's not going to work. You're going to have to market for fertilization weed control, and that's February, depending on what part of the country you're in. So the question here is, are you marketing to need? I know I've said this 100 times, but you have to market to need. If you're marketing to need, that one thing you're marketing can be highly effective. If you're not marketing to need, even only marketing to one thing is not going to fix or improve results. So if it's a choice between mowing and fertilization, my preference would be that you would lead strong with one thing. Fertilization and weed control preceding the mowing season, for example, that would be good. Now, on that same piece, because I've learned that consumers want a company that can give them a lot of service where they don't have to have 5 different companies, I do like to mention, hey, by the way, we can do these other things. But my marketing piece for fertilization weed control would be focused on that, the guarantee, the special offer, everything that corresponds, or everything else on that marketing piece, all the copy would correspond to my focused thing that I'm trying to sell, fertilization weed control. Now, maybe on the back or somewhere else, I'm going to mention hey, by the way, we're a full outdoor service company, and that means pest control, fertilization, or mowing, bushes, flowers, all that. I would absolutely get that in there, but it would be a very minor thing, just so they knew that when they went with us, they'd also get this. Or if they happen to look at the piece and they don't need fertilization, weed control, but they've been thinking, I'm going to need a mowing company here in a couple months, they happen to see we do that. But I wouldn't make it the focus. Now, with all that being said, I have had success doing both on a marketing piece. But across the board, the vast majority of everything we do is focused on one service, mentioning the others, but focused on one thing, and it's timed to the time of year that we're marketing. Our websites aren't that way. Our websites are more broad. So what we then do is use specialized websites for things like pest control or fertilization and weed control or irrigation, things like that. But our general websites, you can't accomplish what you can do with direct mail. Direct mail, I would test a more focused approach for a specific service, timed around when the client's thinking about it, needing it, aware that they've got to solve that problem. And I think you'll see good results from that.